Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we're answering the ultimate question, is Cardano the Ethereum killer? And the answer might surprise you. In this video, we'll examine both sides of the case, the for and against arguments, and ultimately deliver a verdict. Now if you're new here, welcome. We'd love to have you join the family. Be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any videos. Also smash that bell so you never miss an upload. And now without further ado, let's begin. So Ethereum, the king of smart contracts, and Cardano, the so-called Ethereum killer that promises to do everything better, cheaper and faster. But is ADA really the end of ETH? Or is this yet another crypto rivalry blown out of proportion? Well, let's break it down. First, the case for ADA. Cardano didn't just enter the game, it came to disrupt. In fact, it was created specifically to fix ETH's shortcomings. And here's why some believe ADA could overtake Ethereum. Proof of stake first. Cardano was built on proof of stake from day one. No mining, no crazy gas fees. Ethereum took years to transition. Now listen, we're not going to pretend that ETH's merge to proof of stake was anything less than spectacular, but the fact remains that Cardano was built POS from day one. And there is just no going back from that. Scalability. Ethereum's been plagued by scalability issues since day one. Cardano claims that its Hydra can scale to 1 million transactions per second. What about Ethereum? Well, its rollups are powerful, but are they enough? Governance and decentralization. Cardano believes if it's decentralized, it's controlled by big money. Check out this graphic that compares Cardano's on-chain voting system versus Ethereum's off-chain. Chaos, which one's really more democratic? And if that wasn't enough, we cut to a heated exchange on crypto Twitter. Then we flash to the infamous ETH's obsolete clip featuring Hoskinson's. Before we move on, we need to address something. Yes, Cardano is faster, more scalable, more decentralized, uses less energy, charges lower fees. Got it. So what? One thing we've learned from history is that being technically superior isn't always enough. Ask BlackBerry, ask Nokia. That said, let's give it its due. Despite its shortcomings, it continues to win. And when it comes to smart contract platforms, that says a lot. First mover dominance. Uniswap, OpenSea, Aave, they all live on it. Network effects are real. Think about it this way. If you're a developer, would you rather build on a network that already has millions of users or start from scratch? Developer mindshare. There are tens of thousands of Solidity devs building on Ethereum. Haskell developers, on the other hand, well, there aren't many of them around. In fact, there's only one. And no, we're not talking about the legendary input-output global Haskell developer. We're talking about the language itself. No offense, Haskell. The merge and future upgrades. Since we mentioned it earlier, let's come back to it 2.0. After years of waiting, ETH finally merged to proof of stake in September of 2022. This was a monumental upgrade that makes the network more secure, more scalable, and more sustainable. But it gets even better. If ZK rollups deliver as promised, does Cardano still have an edge? And if you don't believe us, take it from the horse's mouth. Here's Vitalik Buterin in his own words, competition is good. However, I do think that Ethereum is evolving quickly enough and has a bright future ahead of it. So let's recap. Cardano has some clear advantages over Ethereum, but that doesn't automatically make it obsolete. Cardano may be technically superior, but ETH's network effects and first mover advantage shouldn't be underestimated. Which brings us to the ultimate question. Is Cardano the killer of ETH? Well, probably not. But here's the truth. ETH's weaknesses are exactly where ADA excels. High fees, centralization risks, slow transactions, lack of developer experience. ADA has solutions. On the flip side, ETH's strengths are where ADA falls short. Slower adoption, fewer dApps, limited partnerships, slower transaction speeds, which might not matter as much as we think. In fact, the real winner might be neither. This isn't winner takes all. The future might be multi-chain. Polkadot, Solana, and others are also in the mix. Competition pushes innovation. ADA forces ETH to improve. ETH's success proves that smart contracts matter. So instead of trying to kill each other, they're actually making crypto stronger. And with that, we wrap up our analysis. What matters is that they both continue to innovate and push the crypto space forward. And speaking of innovation, both ETH and ADA communities celebrating. They're not sworn enemies. They're colleagues, collaborators, competitors, and most importantly, they're builders, all working toward the same goal, a better financial future for everyone. So what do you think? Is ADA the future, or will ETH remain king? Smash the like button if you want to see a deep dive on Solana vs ETH. Subscribe if you want to see Cardano vs Solana. And now it's time for you to take action. What are you waiting for? Go on, go get M. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.